Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I done a little short pouch video the other day, just kind of showing the basics of how I make these sheath pouches. Someone had asked about the buckskin pouch that lives on my enough of the month. A lot of times it swaps around a good bit, depending if I feel like I need to build a kit for whichever knife it is. So I'm going to show you guys a couple of different options. They're all made the same way. Making a way to connect them to whatever you're trying to connect them to, whether it's a belt loop or it's this 4-hole loop system, kind of like I have on these. There's all different types of flavors to connect things. Hardware, button snaps, like this one has these little brass snaps on it. This one has a button that I carved out of pine. This one has a button that is a piece of petrified wood. This one is just a attached piece of inner tube. And here's another one with just a snap. But anywho, that was actually backwards, I think. So, what I'm gonna do is just kind of talk about some different types and then some basic tools, and we're gonna set out a pattern, and then we'll build one of these. I'll do a separate video sewing it. It's really simple. All of these have the same connecting system, and it's just 2 holes and 2 holes. So if I take one of these off, I don't have any of them off. There's 2 holes in the back, like one here and one here and one here and one here, and I just have one piece of string that goes, the free ends go in this hole, and that's what loops this, and they come out the top, and I tie it, and that's what keeps my pouch from falling off. And I made those almost exclusively for JRE sheets, because they like to have a eyelet right there that helps hold them really well. Again, this is like my fancy pouch. It's a Bush Baby. It's easily one of my favorite small knives. This is my favorite knife ever, this specific Bush Baby. I don't know, me and this knife go way back. So it's got a leather pouch, probably the same sack of leather that this come out of, but it just has a toad skin, a cane toad skin. You can see his eyes right there on the front of it, with a, like I said, a petrified wood button and a deer bone ferro rod. It's just like my fancy guy. And this is just business. This guy right here just works. And this is like the second button that I've put on this dude over time. They break, I just carved a new one, no big deal. This is a salmon skin, a fish leather one. Same basic setup, but it just has brass closures on it. This is another inner tube pouch. This is the one that I carried for the month that I ripped on a fence. And what I done is, once I ripped it, it had a little hole in it, so I just got a inner tube patch from the auto parts store and just patched the front of it, and then it rock and rolled the rest of the month. I don't know exactly how many days what happened, but all of that's documented on my Instagram from a year or 2 back. I don't remember exactly when I had done this one, but this pouch is also just stapled together, like nothing fancy. I've done that with a few pouches just for demos, but I did that to run this for a month, carrying it every day, just to see how it would hold up, and it held up good. I was worried about it being rubbed against stuff at work, and just this and that and other, and how how the seams would hold up. That held up fine. Said I ripped a hole in the pouch itself. But all these, regardless of how fancy they are all made from one piece of material. The overall pouches, like the ones that have the toad skin on the front, I just put the toad skin over this and sewed it all at once. So it made it just, once you turn it the correct way, you sew it inside out. So it hides the seams, and when you turn it inside out, it just leaves the toad skin on the outside or whatever you were doing. But I like to I don't like them super square, like just a square to square. I like to leave a little angle on my ends for the flaps. Size is going to be completely up to you guys. It depends on what all you want to put in it, what it's going on. There's lots of things that you should take into consideration when you're making your stuff. Not only because sometimes this stuff is fairly time consuming to get right, and you don't want to redo it or making it not quite fit things that you have in it. But I got a certain size that I like, and this is roughly that size. So this guy will make a pouch that is approximately 3.5 inches by 6.5 inches, about. That's about how big either one of these are. Some are a little wider than the other. And then what I would do is I would just turn it inside out, and I would put some holes in it, and then sew it up. When you're putting holes in this stuff, there's a bunch of different options. If you had a fairly decent sewing machine, you could just sew this like it is. You wouldn't have to sew it with leather or an awl or anything like that. But you can make a bunch of these with one. This is just waxed braid thread for sewing leather. You can Google it or get on Amazon and search braid for sewing, and this comes up. This is like a $5 roll, and it comes with a set of needles, kind of like this, with free shipping on Amazon. A bunch of different colors, but you can build a bunch of stuff with this. This is the same material that I started carrying instead of bank line. It's just a little thinner. Anyway, you can get one of the punches like this and use in conjunction with a hammer. So you could take this, and that is how you would, and I don't ever put them in right in the last one because you're not gonna see it. And you just continue on like that until I have it all the way down the side. See my little mallet I made? Little mallet. But you also can use just an awl. So if you just go through, what I would do, not on this, I would find me a real soft piece of wood somewhere. This is poplar, which would totally work. And just run it like that. And that's how, a couple different options. You can get these for really cheap. You can make an awl out of a nail, or some of the ones on some of the Swiss Army knives. You may have to touch them up a little bit. I like a diamond shaped awl. It's really sharp. It's one of the first ones that I made right here. I've made a bunch of stuff with this dude. But you would sew it up and figure out how you want to do your closure. You'd put the closure on before you completely sewed it up, and then sew it up and turn it inside out, and you're ready to rock and roll. But to get this far, I want to show you guys a little hack. I don't know if you'd call it a hack, but to get what you guys want. This is your friend. And this is just paper. So you can go and get some parchment paper like for baking from the dollar store on the dollar aisle. And you can make a ton of templates with that for all kind of stuff. I know this one's wonky, but this is a good way to figure out how long you need it, where you want your flap to go. You know, do you want the angle this way or that way, depending on when you're walking? Maybe you want it to swoop off towards the back instead of swooping towards the front so it don't roll up. Like I'll show you, this guy likes to roll up like this when I walk. It rolls up. Maybe I should have went the other way so it wouldn't roll up. That doesn't bother me, but there's all kind of stuff to think about when you're making one of these, especially if you're making something that you're going to carry all the time. So a piece of paper and, you know, just a little imagination. Maybe you want to do like a goblin core end on there. And you just so there's this piece. All right. So now, and this is what my flap will look like. Now then I can put a closure here and a closure here maybe. Or I can do one slice and not have those and put a button there. Tons of different options, but what I would suggest before I wanted to put this up, before we just go sewing one, we'll be able to sew. It may be like a 15-minute video, but we'll go from punching holes to sewing it together, and I might can put the closure in the same video. Trying to keep them not super long, but some parchment paper from anywhere. You can get a roll of parchment paper. It's got 100 feet in it, something like that. You can make a bunch of templates with that. But play around with it. See what your options are. Because all this fancy stuff, it doesn't matter. It's going to be sewed the exact same way. We're going to stitch it up and down each side and be done. You may want to figure out how you're going to attach it. So like what I would do is before I sewed mine, I'd have to poke 4 holes in it. Like this. You'd have to have 4 holes in the back. It's easier to do that than when it's already sewed together. You can goof around with some stuff and figure out what your options are. And if you need some stuff, you might can go ahead and, like I said, these are $4 or $5, all different colors, and come with needles off Amazon. That's all you need. And or one of those punches, one of these guys, and I think you can get a pack of them for like $5 or something like that. I want to say I ordered a leather sewing kit one time and talked about it on here. I do so much stuff, it's hard for me to keep them separate. But anywho, look, y'all, appreciate it. Just wanted to follow up. I know I had a bunch of people asking me questions about it, and they were really wanting to know how to do it, and I just wanted to share. I appreciate the support. You can check out all of our older stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram. Check out all the gizmos and gadgets at bushcraftkelso.com. Lots more coming, guys. Again, thanks.